Rio Vandes.
Yeah, Revolver.
Real Vavavin. Are you my sister?
Oh yeah.
Grand Duke Barrington has eyes for one thing, the throne of Ivalice. They call him king already, king of the forge. He fashions ever more and stronger arms and trains mages enough for their realm. His actions are guided from the shadows. There are others, men who promise to eliminate the Dukes Larg and Goltana and dub the Grand Duke Regent. And you fight these men when fighting them means you must be labeled a heretic? Why would you do such a thing? No, that is a silly question. I know the answer. But surely you must realize your efforts will earn you no thanks. I do not fight for gratitude. I am a belv. I fight for the honor of my name. For I am the cool, edgy protagonist. I did not believe that for a moment. You're too cute, Ramza. Sir Thegius. You seem like the soft, sensitive type. You strike me not as the sort of man to fight for things so trite. No, you see evil and injustice before your eyes, and cannot turn away. You do not even think to seek reward. You mistake me for a better man. But we have spoken enough of me. What will you do now? I must make for Rio Vanes. They hold my sister there. What of you, now that you've escaped? I cannot leave, not without my brother. Sadness. There's a quarrel between the two of you, is there not? He refuses to accept the truth. We are orphaned in the war, you see. We lost our parents, our home, all but our lives. The memories haunt me even now, climbing mounds of rubble in search of any scrap of food, the air ever thick with death's foul stench. That was the life form from which the Grand Duke spared us. At the time, I thought it sure the gods had sent him. You were not alone. He erected a great many orphanages in the war's wake. It was a noble gesture of less than noble intent. He wanted assassins. The orphanages gave him a pool of willing young minds, allowing him to select the very best to groom and train. He must have seen some promise in you and your brother. Galthanas?
Sure.
Galthinas?
Galthina!
Oh, God.
Yeah, say it like that.
We Galathinas are the keepers of a sacred art passed down through the generations. My brother and I are conduits. I of the heavens and he of the nether. We channel their power through mantra. Grand Duke Barrington desired that power for his own. When our elder refused him, the Grand Duke put our entire village to the torch. It was a bright night, in the worst sense. All is grist. I've never heard of grist.
Good luck with that sentence, by the way.
All is grist that comes to that man's mill. There is a thing he cannot have. He thinks it better that it not exist at all. To imagine the joy he must have felt when he discovered the two of us among the other orphans, it turns my stomach. So when you learned of this, you tried to flee. My brother, I love the man as though he were our father. But even that did not stop him from... For a man of his high station, to so prey upon the weak, it is not meat. Met?
It's veggies.
Speak plain!
I would have thought you had fled farther.
Marek! Whoa!
I'm a frog. Heed my words, heretic. Fare no hasten your way to Ribovanes. Silence.
Achilles.
I forgot what it was called. Tarry here and your next meet your sister in the afterlife.
I'm a hair on her head and I'll have you there for company.
Rafa, you will accompany Sir Thickius. Run, and the death of his sister hangs on your shoulders.
You play a craven game, Merrick. This has naught to do with them.
I play no game. I trust you know what awaits should you try my patience any longer.
Exploding frog. I've seen everything.
There's some over there, over there, over there. Yep. Kabakashi frog.
That's what Katie meant. We never would have expected it.
The frog just fucking blows up, and how is he a frog? They never explained that either.
The fun of never explaining things and just letting, silliness happen.
Come, Sir Thickius, let us make for Rio Veins. Forgive me, I do not mean to draw you into this. But that frog just fucking blew up!
I don't know what else to do! I gotta go defend the frog now.
You didn't. This madness is none of your doing. I really like your character sprite, but I don't think I'm ever gonna use her if she's part of the party. Oh, I guess she's not part of the party.
Well, at least not at this point.
Now I can save.
Yeah! Good thing you didn't die.
Yeah, right?
It's gonna be interesting to edit that bit because in the very beginning I was like, yep, I'm gonna die.
Yeah! No, we got lucky!
But yeah, then dual wield is a good 900 to learn, but highly suggest it, especially for this revolvedness.
Revolvedness?
Oh.
Don't you start that too. I'm gonna be so lost. I'm like, where are we? What day is it?
We are nowhere and everywhere at the